Welcome back, everyone. We got another match today with Strix versus ECL in a marbles format. I think Strix just went BRB, so we'll give him a moment, but I'll probably drag them both in and we can yap. I don't know if we'll come through on Strix's stream, but we'll let him be in here so we can get it. Yeah, ECL, I think Strix is BRB, so I'll drag him in so we can yap when he gets back here, but just... You in here, ECL?
Yes, I am.
Yeah, I got you a little bit quiet. I'll turn you up a little bit. Alrighty, how are you going, ECL?
I'm good for right now. We'll see how the day. Oh, I had a minor hiccup. I rebooted my system, and all of a sudden my monitors didn't want to turn back on.
Yeah, I had that issue with one of my monitors, and I just had to like unplug it from the PowerPoint and then plug it back in, and that's the easiest way to fix, fix it.
That's what I ended up doing too.
I had to move the PowerPoint a bit to a spot that I can actually reach easier, so because it happens way too frequently for me.
Yeah, it was like 15 minutes before we were gonna start. I'm like, oh crap, I don't need this right now.
You can manage to get into the shared chat. We're waiting on Strix, so I'll do the like rule statement then. But yeah, bit of a tough thing with the monitors. Definitely gonna be annoying with tech issues.
Hello.
Yo, Strix, welcome in.
Yo, sorry, mate. I was away there. I was just in with my daughter for a second.
Yeah, all good, all good. It happens. Life happens. Take care of it first. But yeah, welcome in, Strix.
All right, my friend.
In for a match. How you feeling about it?
Feeling good. But me and ETL have played together before, and it was a very good match. So, yeah.
Be a little bit of a different format. I don't think you've played it before, so I should probably run through the rules for you and as any people watching that don't know. We'll be doing a marbles match. So the goal is to save marbles. So really good for viewer matches, I think. The run is split into two halves. The first half is levels 1 to 12. Where your aim is to save the highest percentage of marbles per level. The amount of marbles doesn't matter. It's just out of the total marbles you got on that level, save as many as you can. They split into.
Sorry, I don't think people can hear you, but I'll be all right. It's fine.
Yeah,
it's fine.
As long as you know Strix, that's the main thing.
Yeah.
And then for levels 1 to, and so I've split the first section into 3 parts so that you have some flexibility. Like if you fail one level, you can focus on the other parts rather than a particular level. So level 1 to 5 is a section, 6 to 8, and 9 to 11.
And that's all percentage, isn't it?
Yeah, so your aim is to get the highest percentage possible. If you guys tie on the percentage, you tie break based on time. It's mainly for those people that get 100%. You then try and do it that faster. In the second half, which is when the skies change to green, you got a hybrid tilts where I've paired up 2 levels. So you have 12 and 13 together, 14, 15 together, and 16, 17 together. And your aim is to get the most marbles saved per minute. So we're taking the marbles you saved and dividing by the time you took in minutes to get like a score of sort of how effective you are at saving marbles, going both fast but saving a lot of marbles. And this one is actual marble count, so getting more marbles in those levels is better. So there might be a time where you want to wait at a level to get more people in than just going with 10 seconds. So that adds up to a total of 6 points, so 3 for each section. And then if you guys tie on total points, we'll tie break it based on the time taken to the total time taken. One important thing is if you guys don't finish all 6 sections, if there's a tie, whoever finished more sections will win the tie as well.
Right. And obviously, when you get to 17, you just restart again.
Yeah, once you fit, so level 17 counts when you hit level 18. So when the difficulty goes up to level 18, that's when you reset.
Oh, when it goes, all right, okay. So when you go on to level 18, then got it.
Yeah, either you can reset at the end of 17.
Once you finish 17, you restart.
Yeah, either finish 17 or start of 18.
Right.
I assume you guys want to do viewers, but we could do bots as well if you prefer that.
Yeah, I think me and ECL said we're going to do viewers here, so
sounds good.
We might as well
do you have the stream together?
Yes. Sorry, I'll get it. I'll sort it now for you.
Yeah, all good. I distracted you with explaining the rules, which is both important. So all good.
Oh, that's fine. That's
Jack kind of peer pressured us into viewer tilt, so.
Yeah, it works out.
That's all right. As long as it doesn't mess with anybody's timers and stuff, it'll be all right, sure.
Yeah, I've already got my notice up.
Yeah, that's a big
ads,
thing.
but
Is
I've got my...
add a pin message to say that it's a 2-tab event. There's one in
Yeah, I got mine up
already.
already.
We're streaming together now, then, are we?
Yep.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna post the seed
All
now.
right.
I'm gonna share chat and then post the seed. So we're doing WTA19 PS is the seed this week.
Okay.
So we can get that in. Max 50 marble count. Yep, looks good. We can load up the level and see what people are. Did you guys decide on a timer that you guys want to run before the event as well? Because that's another thing. What timers are we running?
And we did not. We did not. What 10 seconds? Will we go 10 seconds?
We go 10 if you want.
That's obviously going to get you the most levels done, which is nice, but it comes down to, what the viewers are comfortable with. They'll just have to be a bit more on the ball. All good.
All right. Well, we could do even 15 is fine.
Yeah, I think somewhere between 10 and 15.
Let's do 15 then.
Yeah, 15 works.
Let's do that.
It was funny because we had a match before where Jack ran 15 seconds, and because he ran 15 seconds, he missed a level by like the margin of those 15 seconds adding up every single level. So it's a hard thing to make the call for. It comes down to how many marbles you want to be letting in or how fast you want to go.
Yeah.
But yeah, once we do start, do you guys want to stay in the voice chat or get moved out? Do you want to be able to listen in on me or focus up?
I'll just listen on the stream probably.
Okay,
I'll listen in. I have to listen in. I like it. That's what saved me last weekend.
Yeah, do you want to listen
on the stream though? I don't
you
like
listen
to be
on the stream. I'll move you out then, Strix, so you can listen on the stream, and then I'll keep ACL in here.
Yeah.
And then
Saying it is what saved me last week, so
it can definitely be quite helpful to be able to know what's going on. And then do you guys have your pinned messages up in chat for the
Yes,
two-tab?
we have it. Yep, 2-tab event. We have
Mine's
a pin
up.
there. Jack pinned it for me there.
Yeah, looks good. I think we're mostly ready underway. Is Druska ready? Because she'll need to be getting your marble counts each level, so I need to make sure that Druska's prepared. Yep, Druska's ready. Are you both ready?
I'm ready.
All right. We'll get you underway shortly. We'll go on tilt. 3, 2, 1, tilt. Best of luck, both of you.
15 seconds on the clock.
Good luck,
We start
ACL,
playing
man.
against balls in the game.
Ferndog, thanks for.
Okay, we're underway. I can actually turn up Strix all the way because he doesn't have the echo of me on his audio. Because that's been an issue we've had recently. There's a lot of matches. Both of them have been listening in on me, so I have double echo of myself. So I hear myself 3 times. I hear my own voice, and I hear the 2 different stream delays of my own audio back at to me, which is always been fun. But we can make it work. I just like having this Tilters audio up because then I can hear them if they have a problem. But yeah, get them in. Drop on both. Well, drop on Strix. He's still having a little bit more trouble. Honestly, if you've lost 2 marbles on level 1, I would like low-key just reset. I'm like, I did this level 1 and I'm like, fuck it, we go again. Hit escape, play again. It's like that's not a good mojo to start. That's just dropping through. All right, he had moles clip through the floor. That's not good to see. Drop on ECL. Drop on Strix as well. Level 3. Drop on both. Malaga didn't reply to me asking him if he wanted to co-cast. So sad. Dono World by Malaga asking him to co-cast. Right. ECL nicely through that. Going on to a level 2. And just drop on Strix as well. You're in the kitchen making breakfast 3. Fair enough. Malaga, all good. I didn't want to ask during the previous match because having 4 people in the VC was going to be a little bit hectic. But always nice to have some extra people around if they want to. Otherwise, I can solo cast. Level 4 for Strix, zooming in, nice straight through level. For ECL, going around the corner. It's a little bit stretched, but if you can get that lined up, you can go straight through. A little bit off, takes the corner. Probably better to take the corner early than splitting the marbles, so that's probably the correct decision. And then for Strix, drop him in for level 5. ECL coming into level 3 as well. Drop on ECL. So we're about to hit the first section done for Strix. See what he gets. He's got 100% still, so it will just come down to that time, as long as he doesn't scuff any marbles. Nice on the side. Regrouped from Strix. Good through the hooks. ECL cornering as well now. Nice and open level for ECL, not really too much to worry about for him. Strix got an octagon to navigate around. Splits the marbles, but should hopefully be able to get them all in. Yeah, all in. A little bit time lost, but Strix got it in. 100% in 1 minute and 46 seconds. Drop on Strix, drop on ECL. Alrighty, level 6 of Strix. Sign up for some hooks. ECL on 4 with the squeegee to worry about. See you guys navigating it. Yeah, thankfully I managed to fix the bug we had yesterday with the scoreboard. It affected every single one of the percentage sections in this score sheet as well. I had to fix it on like 10 different spots or something like that. So, oh my god. Drop an ECL. Level 5 for ECL now. Level 7 for Strix. Clean 100% for both of them so far. I think ECL's a little bit behind time, but again, he had that sort of awkward hooks. But again, we got lots of time left. Only 5 minutes in. So it's mostly getting a feel for the seed and how it's going, rather than making sure you're getting the best scores immediately. Nice weave around from ECL. How did he go hitting into the octagons? Slow float, goes around the outside. Nice. Strix dodging that hole on the rhythm section and bouncing into the end. A bit of a split for ECL, but should be able to handle it. Drop on Strix. Drop on ECL. Both 100%ing that first section. But ECL taken just over 2 minutes. 2 minutes and 1 second. Where Strix has the 1:46. So about a 15-second difference. Strix on level 8. He's about to finish off the second section with a time of 1:43 to start this level. If he doesn't have any too many holds up, he should be getting a sort of 30-second time. So that'd be a 2:15. So a total time of about 2 minutes for this section, I think. If my math is mathing. It's actually probably a bit faster than that, but yeah. Look at a little bit under 2 minutes probably. Drop on Strix for level 9. Unfortunately, ECL dropping a ball on level 6. So, see him getting comfortable with the levels, figuring it out. It doesn't have to be perfect in the first run, but there's a lot of sort of getting a feel. You can either go faster to get through the levels quicker, or he can just practice getting the 100%, because you'll need to get 100% eventually. Drop on ECL. Strix on 9 now. So yeah, Strix got a 1:23. Oh my god, I definitely misjudged that time. I should have said it was a 1:30 time I was going to get, not a 1:20. Wow. My mental math is not mathing, I guess. Maybe ECL coming through 7 now. Looks like a nice open level, just got to avoid that hole at the end. And Strix going through the hot tubs, octagons splashing into the Z bridge. Ooh, 1 marble. It's his own marble. His own marble being a traitor. Dude, it's the classic streamer ball getting knocked off, but instead of it being the opponent like for Balaga, it was his own marble. Drop on ECL for level 8. It's been a bit spooky for Strix. He gets a rest through though, so only lost 1 marble so far. See how he goes on the next few levels. But remember, drop on Strix. Let's go. The last match was so chill. I'm like, I think it's because both the issue of solo commentating and also the faster timers means I'm like, I feel so much more stressed trying to like keep up with it all. So hectic. The last match was so nice and chill. ECL going over the bridge with an octagons. C bridge for Strix. Got a time into that cross ramp. Nice, good timing. Good splash around from ECL on the octagons onto level 9. Let's see what sort of time ECL got, because obviously the percentage means he won't get the section, but it'll be interesting to see if he's slower or faster. Squeegee time for Strix looks pretty good, so he gets straight on. ECL got a 141, so about 18 seconds slower than Strix on that level 6 to 8. I think Strix has had a very smooth 6 to 8 himself. Level 11 for Strix, get him in. But looking out for dropping on both. ECL taking the corner on 9. 100% so far, looking good. Strix coming to the end of this section as well, through 11. So he goes. ECL got a little bit of an awkward split. Where does he go? Because, yeah, that's what I was saying. It was like, it's hard to pull back into that hot tub. So you can save a group there, but you're going to lose a marble for it. Ooh, very awkward squeegee here. The only way to make it more awkward is if you flipped the first Z bridge around. It's very hard to get 100% in. Generally, if you're wanting to be super careful with it, you go behind the squeegee. But yeah, I don't know. That's a that's a really tough level 11 for percentage. So we'll see if either of them actually manage to 100% that. I think it'll mostly come down to if they can get a low marble count and go for the back of squeegee. Level 10 for ECL, let's go. Because the big thing is that it doesn't matter how long you take on the level if you get a better percentage than your opponent. So if neither of them are getting 100% going for the forwards way, slowing down, taking the behind the squeegee is probably good. But Strix is on level 12 now, so he swapped from percentage to hybrid. So speed is a lot more of an impact, but Strix is already tilting quite smoothly, so I don't think he's going to have too much issues with the time aspect of the hybrid section. I know a few people play really slowly, and so the time aspect for the hybrid section becomes more important, but Strix is sort of like flowing through these levels nice and smooth, so I'm not too concerned by that. Because you still want a lot of marbles. Like, raw marble count, if you get half the marble, you get half the score. So, you want to get more marbles, but also the time matters. If you're spending sort of an extra 20% of time to save 10% more marbles, you'd be better off going faster. So it's a thing to balance, figure out how much time each marble is worth. Drop on Strix for level 13. That looked like a pretty good level. ECL just barely missing the squeegee timing on 10, having to wait behind it. Kept 100% so far though. Strix got 93%, so ECL could beat his score, but I think ECL's lost a bunch already, so we'll see how it turns out at the end of level 11 for him. Strix nicely weaving through the LTL into a textile with a clock binder. T is getting really in the way, but drop on ECL while we're waiting. He gets around that T into a clock. The clock arm's out of the way for him, so he's just going to splash through. Got a good spot to regroup afterwards, but just peels it out. Down the staircase, nice. The vertical lines. Smooth through key holder, group the marbles, probably goes going to take that corner. That group did not look good to weave around, so cornering is definitely the right decision there. And then nicely through to the end. That will be level 12 and 13, pair done for him. So on to 14, new section for Strix. ECL coming through 12 now. He's 11 now. He's got that annoying squeegee coming up. Does he go ahead of it like Strix and try to navigate the full group onto the next bridge, or does he go behind it to get the 100%? Looks like he's going for the faster strat. Obviously, they can go for the slower strat in the second run once they have a better percentage going into it. But let's see how easy it is. You can 100% this ahead of the squeegee if you play it really well, but it is very tough to avoid spread, as you can see here. You effectively want to do a full speed send through the tile and then slow down at the end to pull the marbles back together to clump them up to get them around the corner. It is a very technical move to do. And even top tilters would struggle to do it consistently to get a large group through. Yeah, it's a thing that's there. It's some potential use, but it comes down to what works for you. Drop on Strix for 15. So Strix in that 12 and 13 section did it in 121 with 22 marbles, getting a hybrid score of 16. That's a really good hybrid score from Strix. I think those levels are pretty good as well, so it balanced out. Level 12 for ECL. Let's look what percentage he got there with the only 3 marbles in the last level. Probably, yeah, 64%. And 4 minutes and 8 seconds, so a minute and 10 seconds slower. And yeah, that last level made it hard to compare the percentages. ECL just went for surviving. Strix managed to. Oh no, Strix. Oh, that was ECL. I looking back with it before, I got confused. But we got a bit over 25 minutes left, so ECL can give it another go. Drop on ECL. Yeah, this is definitely a point of time when you're behind. I would start doing double clicks, but depends on if you just want to keep with the agreed 15-second timers or not. Strix coming through 15. Strix weaving through those hooks. ECL full send level 1 on to level 2 for ECL. Drop on ECL. Then you got the cross ramp for Strix's side. Into the end of 15s on to level 16 for Strix. The last 2 levels for Strix. Level 2 for ECL. Takes that corner. Sends it through. It's going to be a little bit wide group, so splashing through. 1 marble caught. 2 marbles through. That's only 2 at the front, isn't it? Okay, he's going back. These early levels are really rough. I would probably just home quit level 2 if I had marbles stuck, but the only thing is you can't home quit level 1. Drop on ECL. If you want to reset level 1, you have to scuff if you want to be able to play again. Because if you try and click home at level 1, it just kicks you back to the main menu. Alright, Strix coming through. Front group comes in. Back group nicely peeled out. That looks good. On to 17 for Strix. Let's check his score. In that second section of 14 to 15, much lower for Strix there. A 2-11. And Solidless Marbles with 20. So the score's drastically worse, but honestly, a 9 score is still pretty good, so. with a score of 20, with 20 marbles saved, it's yeah, definitely. Just, yeah, those marble counts. You can get a lot higher marble counts, but it comes down to sort of that balance between, yeah, speed and time. Strix is sending it. I thought for a second he was going to go left side of that hammer reverse direction, which he almost did, but sends it through. Honestly, I like that Strix was asking questions during when I was explaining the rules, because a lot of dealers don't ask questions and they just get confused during the match, so... I very much appreciate Strix actually going and asking the questions he was confused about. They're not stupid questions, they're like entirely reasonable. Anything that confuse you, good to check it. ECL coming in on level, finishing at level 2. On to level 3 for ECL. And Strix is finishing off level 17. He should reset. Does he remember to reset? There we go. Strix coming back through with a bit under 22 minutes left to drop on Strix. So he just gone through about half his time. So yeah, Strix on that 16-17, only slightly worse hybrid score of 8. Going faster but saving slightly less marbles. Drop on ECL. Level 4. Strix coming on to level 2. Let's see if he can improve his second run. Right. Both loading up a level now. ECL coming through level 4, nice and straightforward. Strix on level 2, got a bit of weaving to do. I think clean through the start. And that second, oh my god, that was so clean from Strix. ECL as well. Nice straightforward level. Level 5, get him in for both. Strix is actually double clicking, so they're both taking shorter timers. They could both be taking shorter timers. Yeah, nice weave around from ECL, flashing through the octagons. Strix straight through onto level 4 for Strix. Bit of appeal from ECL there. See if he gets them all in. Nice. ECL through onto level 6. In terms of time, ECL improved by like 1 second. Let me check the actual time for ECL. So his previous time was a 2.6 and he turned to a 59.5. So almost exactly a second faster. Drop on Strix. Another single level lost for ECL on level 6. That's a bit unfortunate. There's still room to come back. Definitely, if you can get a good marble counts through on the hybrid section, or just go a bit quicker, you can make it work. Strix coming through 5 now. ECL waiting on 7 for marbles. Get him in. Looks like ECL still running the 15 second timers. Let's check what Strix is doing on start of level 6. Get him in, Strix. He got a 146 again, but I think that's a faster 146. Strix is also running the 50-second timers from the looks of it. Nice. ECL just speed to the section, getting on to the next one. Drop on ECL. Let us see if they both go for 100% on that level 9 to 11, or if they just go through it quickly and go to the next part. Hard to figure out that balance, what works for you, what you're comfortable with. Level 7 for Strix. ECL coming through level 8. Got that octagons at the end. Let's check his time once he finishes it. And then he'll be on to level 9, which is sort of the big one that neither player has 100%ed, so we'll need to see what happens. Yeah. ECL on to level 9. Alright. ECL talking about pushing harder fast. I'm not sure how much fast. Obviously fast does matter. But obviously you need to be making sure, at least for this section, you're getting 100%. Level 8, get him in for Strix. So looking at it, ECL had a time of 1:23, which ties Strix's previous time. But did definitely get a lower percentage of 71%, so a little of that time save was just coming from risking more. Ooh, that one marble splitting off. Does ECL pull all the way back, or does he try and pull the marble around? Just going with the front group already. Again, you don't need 100%. You just need a good percentage. So honestly, losing one marble is fine if you can get the rest through clean. I'll quickly refresh ECL to make sure I'm up to date. And Strix coming through level 8. Drop on Strix. Oof, that's a rough one for ECL. Just needs to focus on getting through and go to the next section. Strix improved his 6 to 8 down to a 116, so that's a huge improvement. ECL, unfortunate one. He's got 15 minutes left, so it should be enough time to get through at least 4 to 5 sections. The 60 and 70 section is probably going to be a little bit tight, depending on how fast you can go, but drop on a level 1 for ECL. As you can see, like the total time Strix took was like 11 minutes 20 seconds, so there should be enough time to make it all the way through 16, 17. It comes down to how much those timers add up. In the first 18 levels with 10-second timers, you're looking at about 3 minutes spent, which is, you have about 12 minutes with the extra 5 seconds. It's pushing to that sort of 10 minutes, so I think it adds up. If Strix can probably do like a, sorry, based on Strix's time, ECL can probably do a run all the way through if he focuses up. Strix also lists the marbles on 9 again. It seems like, yeah, this 9's a little bit cursed. So it really comes down to how they balance it all out. Level 10 for Strix. Yeah. ECL balancing through level 2. Peeling off the group off the wall. Does he take the group through all the way, or does he regroup it? Nice slow down there so far. Looks like a good float. Could pull to a few different corners. Decides to just take it through with one while getting clipped off. Not exactly your preferred way, but that marble that peeled off did come out pretty quickly, so not too bad. It would have been a little bit faster to corner, but not much of a difference. Drop on ECL. His main thing is just to make sure he's getting through these levels. Big split on Strix's side as he jumps the wall off the cross ramp, going for a skip there. Unfortunately, he won 100%, so he has to pull back to regroup instead of going for the skip. That small delay caused a little bit of issues with the squeegee, but still plenty of time. Coming into the end of 10 onto level 11. This is the big problem level. Obviously, he's already broken 100%, but we'll see if he can beat his percentage on this level or not. ECL coming through level 3 onto level 4 now. These nice open levels. I think the main one that would get time change is level 5 here. The early levels are probably more impactful for the 1 to 5 section than the later ones because of all the hooks and LTLs you have to weave around. Yeah, will be interesting to see how Strix goes with this Z-bridge, squeegee Z-bridge at the end here with 15 marbles again. it should be possible to 100% it, but it comes down to how well you can keep that group together. If you're going ahead of the squeegee, you gotta get a good send through to avoid spread. But going behind is a little bit easier, but it takes longer. Drop on ECL for level 5. A little bit awkward there, spread for Strix. That means that he has to take a different corner. You can still get a good group and make it through ahead using this, but it comes down to how well you get off that squeegee. He just has to go all the way back. Probably the safer way. Losing 1 marble is not that bad. You could lose a lot more if you committed. Alright. That spread is rough. Because he also loses 2 off the side anyway. Yeah. This is a terrible combo. Honestly, both like tilts have going pretty well with it. I've missed strict ECL. ECL on. Yeah, I missed goaling on ECLs for level 5, I think, but he's still getting through onto level 60 if you can 100% that section. Alright, drop on Strix for the hybrid sections. Focusing up on more on that speed. Bit of an awkward split there for ECL. But getting through. Got about 10.5 minutes left. I remember interesting. Drop on ECL for level 7. ECL's comments during the previous match in the chat about how the focus on slowing down. And now he's in this match. It's so much just like, yeah, focusing on making sure you're going quickly to get through the levels. It's that tough balance where you sort of need that slow and patience to make sure you're doing the correct thing, but because of the time pressure, you also need to go fast because you don't want to lose time. Especially then when you start, like, you get this weird cycle with competitive tilts. Drop on level 13 for Strix. With, as I was about to say, you talk, yeah, the balance you talk about. You lose time from a scuff, and then that makes you want to go faster, which makes you more likely to scuff. Drop an ECL. I think the same thing happened with Malaga yesterday. You just get sent off balance and it's so hard to recover. Like, obviously the format's designed in a way that you have that chance to recover, but the like mental is so rough when you start having issues. Honestly, that was like I was not feeling it when I had that match against IB the other week. Like, you can make a comeback, but it feels so bad when stuff's not going right at the start of the match. I had like, I guess I had to reset the first section like 4 times before I actually got a run through. So definitely very tough, especially because the first section is all about percentage. So if you start losing marbles, it is a struggle. Drop on both. They both line up with level 2 for ECL and level 14 for Strix. Let me check what Strix got on the new section now once that score's available. Looks like he got 17 marbles out of the 23 as opposed to the 22 marbles he had before. And he did it, so he did it 8 seconds faster, but he saved less marbles, so he got a hybrid score of 14 rather than the 16 he had previously. We're at about 8 minutes left now. Yeah, I thought I was going to call it after the 3rd reset. Yeah, exactly, Malaga. Get him in for ECL level 3. I mean, there was just too many, like, it was those, like, technical issues of, like, the scoreboard being a bit behind because streams being a problem. Drop on Strix for level 15. There was just so many issues that happened during the match, but, like, the match ended up turning out fine. Tina caught back up. The streams seemed to stabilize. Yeah, I feel a little bit bad with the like sweep, the comeback sweep against IB. But yeah, I honestly was not expecting it to go that well at the end for me. Just the like everything clicked. It happened to Malaga like at the same time. Drop a level 4 for ECL. A level 4, get him in. Ooh, under the bridge for Strix. Wow. 7 minutes left. He can go try and improve some of his first sections if he wants. Drop on Strix. Yeah. ECL coming through that level 4. On to level 5 for ECL. I accidentally hit my mic. Wow. Hopefully that wasn't too loud for you all. Level 1, nice weave from Strix going on to level 2. I think level 2 is probably the most awkward weaving that we have in the seed. Because you got the LTL into the hooks around the corner. But you get him in for both. ECL through the hooks. A little bit of wall touch, but again, well, he needs that back marble now. Let's see where it is. That's in a spot. He can get it to the end in time. As long as he doesn't get caught on too many walls. Looks good. The drop on both. I think they're both coming out to the end of the level soon. ECL and then Strix shortly after. Level 3 for Strix, level 6 for ECL. Yeah. It was actually interesting. I was listening to a video recently talking about competitive games and how there's like different things to focus on. Because like for a single player game, there is a level of balance that you need to strike to like make it a challenge for the particular person. But for competitive games, the difficulty of the competitive game is based on who you're versing. So drop on Strix level 4, so you don't need to have the hardest possible mechanics for a multiplayer game. The main thing you need to consider about the mechanics is what you're actually going to test from the players. Yeah. Drop on level 7 for ECL. But yeah, it was an interesting thing to think about. Because obviously for Tilt itself, as a like solo game mode, the difficulty matters for it. But in terms of like how I design my competitions, it's about figuring out like what you want to test from the players, not making it the hardest thing. Drop on the Strix for level 5. So it was an interesting thing to think about because the example they talked about was like real-time strategy games where you can compare it to chess, where chess is all like basically entirely strategy and almost no mechanical. And then as you change the mechanics, you can make the game more mechanically intensive and less strategy based. Level 8 game in for ECL. And so we have a similar thing for like my tilt competitions, like how much do I add mechanics to add strategy as opposed to just your ability to play the game. And then there's also like how much you're focusing on marble saving or your ability to survive through levels, about consistency, avoiding scuffs, or being able to like get a good peak run in time. These are all different skills you can test. Drop on Strix for level 6. When you're stuck within the limitations of the game itself as well, it becomes a bit difficult, but that's what we've got to work with. Drop on ECL for level 9. We've got 3 minutes left. Strix weaving around that keyhole. Ooh, is he gonna get 100%? Oh no. I thought for a second he was gonna save everyone. I'm like, wow, that's crazy. But unfortunately 2 came off. Alright, drop on Strix for level 7. It was just an interesting thing to think. I don't know how much it'll actually impact my design of tilt competitions, but it was just an interesting concept of like, yeah. You don't need to make the thing the most difficult thing to make a good competition. It comes down to being able to like match the players properly and then making the skills you're testing interesting skills to test. The issue is like that depends on the player skill level is the thing. And we have limited room for adjusting that in tilts. Because we're stuck to the framework of playing level 1 to X. Level 8 for Strix. I want to do a format where there's like some decision making, like how you want to play each level based on like being able to decide if the level is fast or not, but it all feels a little bit like messy to me when I actually think about it some more. I'm like, this all feels jank. Drop on ECL for level 10. ECL got an improvement on his percentage there, only dropping 1 marble in the 6 to 8 section. Just unfortunately that 1 marble lost is a bit rough. 1 minute left. Strix finishing off level 9. Get him in for finishing off level 11. Getting them in for level 9. Yeah, so Strix will worry about not having enough time, but they'll have enough time to get through these sections. Yeah. See, this is an unfortunate one for ECL, but it's OT, 5 minutes to finish the section they're on. See if unfortunate for ECL. Definitely a very tough run for him. We'll unmute him and see how he's feeling. Unfortunate there, ECL.
Yeah, that was just rushed everything too much tonight.
Yeah, I mean, it's one of those ones where once you start getting scuffs in, it can be so hard to stabilize the match afterwards. Everyone drop
Yeah,
on it.
I couldn't stabilize myself that tonight.
Yeah, it happens. It's one of those ones that everyone goes through it. You can just have some of those days where it's just like, yep, that did not go how I wanted to. You ideally don't want it to happen during a match, but it happens sometimes.
Yeah, and it also goes to the pressure of who you're going up against, knowing that you got to push yourself.
Yeah, definitely the only way to like get used to it is to either push yourself or get better at the game, and both of those are easier said than done. Both require to push yourself,
yes.
in all honesty.
Yeah, especially if you're trying to do it on the fly.
Yeah. But like some people, they'll have it, they just completely give up. So I like honestly respect for like sticking through it and playing for the full time their ACL. A lot of tillers when that starts happening.
I tried and I couldn't get myself back into a rhythm.
Yeah, it's very hard to get back into it. As it like a lot of tilters, once that starts happening to them, they would just like fully give up on the run and just like quit the match like halfway through. So I respect the sort of sticking through it to the end, even when everything's going wrong.
Yeah, I try to get back into a rhythm and I just couldn't do it.
Yeah, as I said, like as soon as you start letting that time pressure on, it's just like you gotta figure out what works for you to like lock in and try and calm down.
Yeah, especially knowing that Strix is pulling out those hundreds. It's like I tried to push hard. There's just little things that normally I do right. I just couldn't do.
Yeah, like one marble clips a corner off the wall slightly, and then it's like, and now it spreads out, and then you have to try and save it, and that makes your rest of your group cause problems. You like miss going around a corner slightly, and the entire group splashes on it. Yeah, like it's so easy for something to go wrong until it's. I mean, Jimmy, I don't know how much you're paying attention to my commentary, but it's like the weird thing with competitions where you have a level of you're playing the game, and then there's a level of playing the opponent, and it's like finding the balance between that, where it's like, yeah, you're focusing on your opponent.
Yeah, because I was trying to it's like, okay, I know I got to do 100%. I know he's this far ahead of me, so you start trying to cut corners a little bit, and then you start cutting them too much.
Yeah. And but that's the whole thing of competition. It's like, how much can you get away with cutting corners? That's always the thing. And the better players are just better drawing that line for themselves and cutting the corners.
Yeah. All right, I'll be back in a quick second.
Yep. Bit of an awkward spread there from Strix going around level 11. He might still be able to get the group because he's only got 15 marbles. But that was very tight to get all of them through. I was actually a bit worried there because it looked like I was spraying too much because he got a little bit of a bounce off the corner, but he made it work. Because I think in theory you can get like 30 marbles around that corner if you play it perfectly, but it's like, yeah, barely possible with like 20 to 30 marbles to get 100%. Because the group gets pretty long. But like, why I say 20 to 30 is like, you can actually get like, I feel a large number of marbles because it's a triangle. So as you add an extra row of marbles, you get like a bunch of extra marbles in. And then just like how precise you can be with it, but yeah. Strix finishing that off. Yeah. GG Strix. You can keep tilting if you want, but
thank you for dropping thing. No, it's good. I'm good.
Yeah.
I'm good.
Well done there. I'm just going to check it to see if you improved your score there. So did you actually get 100%? No, you got 95%. So you improved your percentage by a little bit. You got 100% on that level 11, but you lost marbles somewhere else, unfortunately.
The first 2 runs, I lost a marble or 2 on the first run, and then the second run, I was like, I'm gonna try and 100% that, and then I got 15 marbles and 100%. So
yeah, you 100% level 11, but you lost marbles elsewhere, unfortunately. So you didn't get 100% for this section, but
right.
Good going there.
Oh well.
Yeah, good match, Strix. Like you destroyed me today.
Man, listen, you're great, man. You're great. You did very well.
I had some sort of lag spike on like the very first level.
Right.
Only lag spike of the match. It just threw my head out of it.
Yeah.
Technical problems.
I get that, man, because that happens to me sometimes, you know. But I don't know. I just locked in on it, and you know, sometimes I get a good few runs. Sometimes I don't, man. You know.
Yeah, we had the same thing happen yesterday.
The first time. It's probably the first time I've had a match where I did not complete level 13.
Yeah.
Yeah, the match we had yesterday between Malaga and Ferndog about went the same way. Ferndog was sort of locked in like Strix today, and Malaga was having the same issues that you had. ECL just stuff not going his way, so it definitely happens. It's just how it performs on that particular day.
You know, and you gotta learn from it.
Yeah, exactly. Just gotta figure out what works for you.
You did great. You did great. It was a good match.
You know, it was great. You know, you gotta take the off days so they come and get better from them.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But yeah, congrats, Strix, for taking it. Do you have anything to say or shout out before we head off?
No, man. No, I'm just rolling marbles most days now. So if you want to join in and come and roll with me, by all means, drop a marb.
Yeah, Strix, you're still going today. You're still rolling today, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Anything for you?
Everyone, go drop a Strix tonight. I'm gonna make an attempt. It's gonna be 4 a.m. my time when I do it, but I'm gonna make an attempt to be back for Tilt Power Hour in the morning.
Hell yeah.
That's happening in sort of 11 hours from now.
Yep.
It's 6 a.m. Eastern.
Yeah, 11
6 a.m. Eastern, 4 a.m. my time. So I'm gonna try and come back for that.
Yep. Gigi, are you gonna keep going, Strix? Are you done as well?
I'm going on to race here.
Yeah, I guess we can send the viewers over to you if they want to stick around with your races.
No worries. Yep. Yeah, sure. Yep.
But GG's both of you. Thank you both for playing and Druska for scorekeeping. Very helpful and nice to have people sticking around. We always got the weekly seed available for people to play. So if you want to try and do some practice runs between matches, running the weekly seed and submitting scores is always good. Lets me make a little bit of a leaderboard to compare people. And then I'll always post that for all the matches that we have the last week's weekly seed runs displayed while we're waiting between matches. And additionally, I've added extra sign-up times for the WTA sign-up. So I'm adding in a Friday and Saturdays now.
Hang on. Let me leave the chat here 2 seconds.
Yeah, we can. I'll stop the share chat now. So yeah, looking at doing some Friday night slots might mean that we can get some Kiri in, which would be interesting. We'll have to see if he's interested, but I'm hoping that means we can get some Kiri Jack matches in WTA. But obviously, see how it works out.
I had to watch what times I put in because you actually start before I'm even home from work. So.
Yeah.
I did put in for those Friday matches.
Yeah. All right. Thank you all for being here. I'll send off the raid to Strix now. And yeah. See you all next week, hopefully. Have a good one, everyone, and bye-bye.